First Chronicles chapter 1. So first there was Adam, total original dude. Then came Sheth and Enosh, major throwback crew. Then came Kenan, followed by Mahalaleel, say that 5 times fast, and Jared cruised in after. Hanok was next, then Methuselah, super old guy vibes, and then Lamech, his bro. And then Noah, who was like, let's ride this flood, and his sons Shem, Ham, and Japheth paddled right behind. Japheth's squad? Gomer, Magog, mystery surfer, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras, epic family lineup. Gomer's Groms were Ashenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah, rad names, right? Javan's crew? Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim, total islander vibes. Nauhem, he was the spicy sibling, had Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. Cush's kiddos? Seba, Havilah, Sapta, Rama, and Sabteka. Rama's little dudes? Sheba and Dedan. Oh, and Cush was the daddy of Nimrod. This guy was seriously mighty, a real legend on land. Mizraim had a wild crew, Ludim, Anamim, Lehabim, and Naphtahim. Also Pathrusim, Caslim, those guys birthed the Philistines, plot twist, and Caphtorim. Canaan, total patriarch, had Zidon, firstborn status, and hate. And then came the Jebusites, Amorites, and Girgashites, classic desert clique. Don't forget the Hivites, Archites, and Sinites, seriously, so many ites. Then there were the Arvadites, Zemarites, and Hamathites, like a whole coastal tribe scene. Now Shem, super chill guy. His line was Elam, Ashur, Arphaxad, Lud, Aram, Uzi, Hul, Gether, and Meshech. Arphaxad fathered Shelah, who brought forth Eber, double legacy. Eber had 2 rad sons, Peleg, whose days were totally split, like tectonic drama, and his bro Joktan. Joktan's lineup? Almadad, Shalef, Hazarmaveth, what a name, and Jerah. Then came Hadaram, Uzal, and Dikla, desert drifters no doubt. Add Ebel, Abimel, and Sheba to the mix. Plus Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. Joktan had one gnarly surf tribe. Shem, Arphaxad, Shelah, OG lineage vibes. Then Eber, Peleg, and Ru, family trees keep on shredding through time. So then came Sarag, Nahor, and Terah, total ancestors with big legacy energy. Enters Abram, who's basically Abraham, the OG faith bro. Abraham had 2 sons, Isaac, the chosen dude, and Ishmael, the wild desert bro. So Ishmael's crew starts with Nebaioth, his number 1. Then Kedar, Adbeel, and Mibsam, desert squad. Add Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadad, and Chilin-Tima. Plus Jatur, Naphish, and Kadima. That's the full Ishmael family surf team. Then we get to Keturah, Abraham's side chick who had a ton of kiddos. Zimran, Jokshan, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua. Jokshan's boys? Sheba and Dedan, epic traders. Midian's squad? Ephah, Epher, Hanok, not the floaty one, Abida, and Elda. All sons of Keturah, all part of the crew. Abraham passed the torch to Isaac, who had 2 main bros, Esau, red and hairy vibes, and Israel, Jacob, big deal. Esau's kids? Eliphaz, Ruel, Jush, Jalam, and Korah, a full wilderness tribe. Eliphaz's crew included Taman, Omar, Zephi, Gadam, Kenas, Timnah, girl power, and Amalek, future enemy alert. Ruel's sons were Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, and Mizah, desert runners. Then there's Seir's gang, Latan, Shobal, Zibeon, Anna, Dishan, Ezer, and Dishon, mountain mob. Latan's boys? Hori and Homam. Oh, and their sis was Timnah. Shobal's line was Alian, Manahath, Ebel, Shephi, and Onam. Zibeon's crew? Aya and Anna, diggin' for donkeys and drama. Anna's boy Dishan had sons, Urim, Eshban, Ithran, and Chun, all rad names. Ezer's crew was Bilhan, Zavan, and Jachin. Dishan's dudes? Uzi and Aaron, classic desert wanderers. Now for the kings of Edom, way before Israel had any rulers. First up, Bela son of Bea. His hometown was Dinhabah. After Bela surfed out, Jobab, son of Zerah from Basra, took the throne. When Jobab wiped out, Husham from the Temanite zone took charge. After Husham, Hadad took over. He totally wrecked Midian in Moab and ruled from Avith. Then Hadad bailed, died, and Samlah from Misreka got the crown. After Samlah, Shaul from Rehoboth by the river rode the power wave. Shaul passed on, and then Balhanan, son of Achbor, ruled the Edom scene. When he passed, Hadad ruled from Pai. His queen was Mehetabel, like, fancy name alert. She was the daughter of Matred, who was the daughter of Mezahab. Hadad eventually died too. And the dukes of Edom were, like, a whole influencer network. Duke Timnah, Duke Eliah, Duke Jetheth, Duke Ahalabama, say that with a hair flip, Duke Elah, Duke Pinion, Duke Kenas, Duke Taman, Duke Mibzar, and last but not least, Duke Magdiel and Duke Iram. Like, for real, those were the big names of Edom's elite. 1 Chronicles chapter 2. So like, these are the gnarly sons of Israel: Reuben, classic eldest energy; Simeon, Levi, hello, priestly vibes; and Judah, line of kings, bro; Issachar, totally chill; and Zebulun, boat guy. Then we got Dan, solo dude; Joseph, dreamer prince; Benjamin, baby bro; Naphtali, silent but strong; Gad, rugged one; and Asher, super blessed. Judah's boys were Er, Onan, and Shelah, born from that Canaanite gal, Shua's daughter. But Er, like, totally biffed it spiritually, and the Lord took him out. Judah's daughter-in-law Tamar had twins by him, so awkward: Pharez and Zerah. Total count, Judah had 5 dudes. Pharez had 2 sons, Hezron and Hamel. Family tree sproutin'. Zerah's boys were Zimri, Ethan, Heman, Calcol, and Dara, like a whole worship band. Carmi had Achar, who caused serious drama by taking cursed stuff, party foul. Ethan's son? Azariah. Dude kept the line going. Hezron had 3 bros: Jeremiel, Ram, and Kelebai, solid heritage bro. Ram was the daddy of Amminadab, who passed the torch to Nahshon. He was like prince status in Judah. Then Nahshon had Salma, and Salma had Boaz, righteous kinsman vibes. Boaz, totally Ruth's guy, had Obed, and Obed had Jesse, kingmaker alert. Jesse had 8 sons, but check the first 3: Eliab, tall; Abinadab, 2nd place; and Shimma, 3rd draft pick. Then came Nethaneel, number 4, Raddai, number 5, Ozam, number 6, and David, lucky number 7, total Goliath slayer and harp slinger. He had sisters too, Zeruiah and Abigail. Zeruiah's boys? Abishai, Joab, battle genius, and Asahel, super fast. Abigail had Amasa, and his dad was Jether the Ishmaelite, intercultural vibes. Caleb, Hezron's boy, had kids with his wife Azubah and also Jerioth. The sons were Jesher, Shobab, and Arden, bros with energy. When Azubah passed, Caleb married Ephrath and had her, building that legacy. Her had Uri, and Uri had Bezaleel, the master artisan of God's tabernacle decor. Later on, Hezron married Machir's daughter from Gilead when he was like 60, never too late bro, and they had Segub. Segub had Jair, who flexed big time. He owned 23 cities in Gilead. Then he went full takeover mode, snagged Geshur, Aram, and 60 towns in all. These were part of Machir's crew, the OGS of Gilead. After Hezron passed in Calabephrata, his wife Abia gave birth to Asher, who later became the founder of Tekoa. So like, Jeremiel, Hezron's firstborn bro, had these rat sons: Ram, the big bro, then Bunah, Oren, Ozam, and Ahijah, total squad. Jeremiel also had a side bae named Adara, and she was the mama of Onam. Ram, the OG son of Jeremiel, had 3 dudes: Maz, Jamin, and Eker, bros for days. Onam had 2 Grams, Shammai and Jada. Shammai's crew was Nadab and Abishur. Abishur married this lovely gal Abihail, and they had Abin and Malad, like a little surfer duo. Nadab's boys? Sealed and Appim. But Sealed like had no kids. Total solo legacy, dude. Appim had Ishi, Ishi had Shishan, and Shishan's kiddo was Ale. Jada, Shammai's bro, had Jether and Jonathan, But Jether passed on the fam line, cause he had no kids. Jonathan totally had Peleth and Zaza, epic names, right? That wrapped up Jerahmeel's family tree. Shishon didn't have sons, only daughters. But plot twist, he had an Egyptian servant named Jarha. So Shishon was like, you know what? Jarha, you're chill. Marry my daughter. And boom, they had a tie. Tai had Nathan, and Nathan had Zabad. Zabad had Ephlul, who had Obed, lines still surfing strong. Obed had Jehu, and Jehu had Azariah. Azariah had Helez, and Helez had Elisa. Elisa fathered Sisamai, who had Shallum. Shallum had Jechemiah, and Jechemiah had Elishama. Then there's Caleb, Jerahmeel's bro. His first son was Misha, the Ziph dude. Another son, Mersha, was the father of Hebron. Hebron's kids? Korah, not that Korah. Tapua, Rechem, and Shema. Shema had Raham, the boss of Jorkom. Rechem had Shammai. Shammai had Maon, who founded Bethzer, landowner energy. Caleb's lady Ephah, like his concubine, gave him Haran, Moza, and Gazez. Haran was also Gazez's dad, classic name repeat. Jadai's sons were Regem, Jotham, Geshan, Pelet, Ephah again, and Shaph. Another of Caleb's concubines, Macha, had Sheber and Tirana. She also had Shaph, who started Madmen Na, and Shiva, who launched Machbina and Gibeah. Caleb also had a rad daughter named Aksa. These are Caleb's sons from her, his firstborn with Ephrata. Shobal, he started Kirjathirim. Salma, the OG of Bethlehem, and Hareph, king of Bethgader vibes. Shobal had sons too, Haro and half of the Manahathite clan. The Kirjathirim fams were the Ithrites, Puhites, Shemathites, and Mishrates, and from them came the Zariathites and Eshtalites. Salma's legacy? Bethlehem, major. The Netophathites, Adaroth, home of Joab, half of the Manahethites, and the Zorites. And lastly, the scribe families at Jabez? They were the Tirathites, Shimathites, and Sukkothites, all part of the Kenite fam who descended from Hemath, the OG patriarch of Rechab's house. 1 Chronicles chapter 3. So like, in the beachy town of Hebron, King David had his first batch of kids, you know? His oldest was Amnon. He came from Ahinoam, who was like this total Jezreelitess babe. Second up was Daniel, from Abigail, who was totally a Carmel cutie. Third dude was Absalom. His mom was Macha, a princess from Geshur. Fancy, right? Then came Adonijah from Haggith, who probably made killer hummus. Fifth up was Shephatiah, son of Abidal. Sixth was Ithream, from his wifey Eglah. Like, this guy had serious baby daddy energy in Hebron. These 6 bros were born while David was ruling Hebron for, like, 7 years and 6 months. Then he packed up his flip-flops and ruled from Jerusalem for 33 radians years. While chillin' in Jerusalem, David had more mini-me's, Shemaiah, Shobab, Nathan, and our boy Solomon, all from Bathsheba, Bathsheba, the daughter of Amiel. She was, like, way elegant. Also joining the royal daycare were Ibhar, Elishama, and Lil Eliphalet. Plus Noga, Nepheg, and Japhia were part of the squad too, like, straight-up royal preschool. And then boom, another Elishama, they reused names, Avi, Eliada, and another Eliphalet. That's 9 total in Jerusalem. Like, bro, David was busy. These were all his legit sons, not even counting the ones from his side chicks. Oh, and don't forget Tamar, their sister who was fierce and fab. Solomon, the wise dude with the whole temple vibe, had a son named Rehoboam. Then came Abia, then Asa, then Jehoshaphat, who probably had a great skincare routine. After that came Joram, then Ahaziah, and Josh, totally keeping the family throne vibes alive. Then Amaziah showed up, followed by Azariah and Jotham, like steady kings in flip-flops, ruling one sunset at a time. Then came Ahaz, he probs surfed with bad vibes, and then Hezekiah, who was like super righteous and zen. Then Manasseh, bit of a rebel, but still fam. And finally, Amon came along, then Josiah, super chill and big-hearted, totally trying to bring peace and good vibes back to the kingdom. So like, King Josiah had 4 sons, right? First up was Johanan. He was the OG firstborn. Then came Jehoiakim, followed by Zedekiah, and Lil. Shalom brought up the rear. Total #boyband vibes. Jehoiakim had his own mini crew, his son Jeconiah, Yekkonia, if you're cool like that, and then came Zedekiah. Like, keeping the name in the fam, you know? Jeconiah's kiddos? Well, first there was a Sir, and then his son Salathiel. Legacy vibes, for sure. And Salathiel had a bunch of bros too. Malkaram, Pedaiah, Shenazar, Jechemiah, Hoshema, and Nedabiah. Yeah, it's giving biblical Brady bunch. Pedaiah had 2 awesome sons, Zerubbabel, total legend, builder type, and Shimei. And Zerubbabel? His boys were Meshullam and Hananiah, and then there was their rad sister, Shelomith. Girl power. And Zerubbabel had 5 more cool kids, Hashubah, Ohol, Berechiah, Hasadiah, and Jushapist. Like, the vibes in that house were probably chaotic good. Hananiah's line? It kept rolling. Pelatiah and Josiah were his dudes. Then came Rephaiah, then Arnan, then Obadiah, and then Shechaniah. It's like a royal relay race. Shechaniah's son was Shemaiah, and Shemaiah had a whole squad too. Haddish, Igiel, Beriah, Neariah, and Shaphat. That's 6 total bros catching waves of destiny. Neariah had 3 sons, Elioenai, such a vibe, Hezekiah, super righteous, and Azrikam, probably shredded scrolls and waves. And finally, Elioenai had a big OL crew of 7, Hodiah, Eliashib, Peliah, Akub, Johanan, Deliah, and Anani. That's like a full-on youth group plus snacks. 1 Chronicles chapter 4. So like, Judah had these sons, Pharez, Hezron, Carmi, Hur, and Shobal, basically the original squad of tribal founders. Then Shobal's kiddo, Rhea, had Jahath, and Jahath was the proud papa of Ahumai and Lahad. These bros? Total legends of the Zorathite fam. Over in Etamville, there were some cool dudes too, Jezreel, Ishma, and Idbash. And shout out to their sister, Hazeloponi. Total queen energy. Penuel was like the big daddy of Geter, and Ezer was the founder of Husha. All these guys? Sons of her, Ephratah's firstborn and the OG of Bethlehem. Small town, big legacy. Then there's Asher, Mr. Tico himself. He had 2 wives, Hela and Nara. Double the drama, double the descendants. From Nara came these rad dudes, Ahuzam, Hefer, Temeni, and Hashtari. Total power lineup from mom number 2. Hela's side had Zerith, Jezor, and Ethnan. Like, mini warrior trio vibes. Cuz had some mini surfer dudes too, Anub, Zobiba, and the Aharhel fam, descended from Haram. Totally rooted in history, bro. Now Jabez? He was like, super honorable, way more than his brothers. His mom named him Jabez, cause she had major birth trauma. Total pain, total gain. But Jabez was like, God of Israel, please bless me big time, expand my turf, keep me safe, and block all the bad vibes. And guess what? God totally granted his prayer. Epic. Caleb, Shura's bro, had a son Mihir. He was the founding father of Eshton. Heritage strong, dude. Then Eshton had Bethrapha, Paseah, and Tehina, who started Ernahash. All these bros were the cool builders of Rekha. The Kenas fam included Othniel and Sariah. And Othniel? He had a little dude named Hathath. Classic warrior name. Meonothai's son was Ophrah, not that Oprah, but still iconic. And Sariah? He had Joab, who built out the valley of Karashim. That place? Full of epic craftsman vibes. Caleb, son of Jephunneh, not to be confused with the other Calebs, had sons named Iru, Elah, and Nam. And Elah's son? None other than Kenas. The fam line just keeps rolling. So like, Jehaleel had a bunch of rad kids. Ziph, Zypha, super twin energy, right? Tyria, and Asareel. Total sibling squad goals. Ezra was also dad to some epic dudes, Jether, Meard, Epher, and Jalen. Oh, and his lady brought in Miriam, yes queen, Shammai, and Ishbah, the dude who set up shop in Eshtemoa. Then his other wifey, Jehudijah, had Jared, who basically founded Geter, Heber, who kicked things off in Socho, and Jekuthiel, the main man of Zanoah. All these were from Bithiah, the pharaoh's daughter, super royal vibes that Meard married into. Then you've got Hodiah's fam, she was Nahum's sis, and they were all about Keilah, the Garmite capital, and Eshtemoa again, now with a Maccathite twist. Wild, right? Shimon's boys? We're talking Amnon, Rinah, Ben-Hanan, and Tylan. Ishi had his own mini-crew too, Zoheth and Ben-Zoheth. Like, the remix edition of names. Then Shelah, Judah's kid, had Og of Leka, Lada, the Mersha man, and the fam who rocked that luxury linen game from the house of Ashby. Total designer energy. Joachim and the whole Kozeba gang were in the mix too, plus Josh, Seraph, who totally ruled in Moab for a bit, and a throwback bro named Jashubalhem. These deets? Straight up vintage scroll status. These dudes were like artisan potters and garden bros, living their best life among the plants and hedges, vibing out while working with the king. Royal landscaping, anyone? Simeon had some solid sons too, Nemuel, Jamin, Jarib, Zerah, and Shaul. Classic crew. Shaul passed the baton to Shalom, then came Mibsam, and then Mishma. Like a total passing the surfboard kind of lineage. And Mishma's line? Hamuel, then Zachar, then Shimi. 3 generations of tribal excellence. Shimi, by the way, had like 16 sons and 6 daughters. Dude was busy. But his bros didn't have many kids, so his branch was not as poppin' as Judah's crew. They settled in chill spots like Beersheba, Malada, and Hazar-Shual. Total oasis vibes. Oh, and Bilhah, Ezem, and Tolad too, each with its own desert town charm. Don't forget Bethuel, Hormah, and Ziklag, more desert towns, but like low-key iconic. And finally, their cities included Beth Markaboth, Hazar Susim, Beth Birai, and Sharaim. This was like their kingdom lineup, lasting all the way until King David's epic rule. So like, their little hometown hangouts were Etam, Ain, Rimmon, Token, and Ashen, 5 total spots on the map. Kinda like their vacation villages, you know? Plus, they had some bonus side villages near all those cities, going all the way to Baal. That's where they totally set up shop and kept their family scrolls, like a genealogical Insta-highlight reel. Then you've got the crew, Meshabab, Jamlech, and Joshua, son of Amaziah, lineage flex. Also Joel and Jehu, who was the son of Josibiah, who was the son of Sariah, who was the son of Aziel. Like ancient LinkedIn vibes. Add Elioenai, Jacoba, Jeshohaiah, Asaiah, Adiel, Jezemiel, and Benaiah to the friend group. Definitely total squad energy. And Ziza, who was the son of Shurfai, son of Alon, son of Jediah, son of Shimri, son of Shemaiah. That's like 5 sonos deep. Epic heritage chain. All those name-drop dudes? Yeah, they were basically royalty in their fams, total princes. Their houses were poppin' with growth. So one day they were like, let's go check out Getter, and they cruised east to this mellow valley looking for primo pasture land for their fluffy fluff herds. And dude, they scored. The land was mega chill, fat grass, super quiet, peaceful AF. Apparently, the Ham tribe had been squatting their way back in the ancient days. Then during King Hezekiah's era, some of these name-dropped legends rolled up, raided the tents and cribs that were there, and totally wrecked it. Like cleared it out and moved right in. All because, you guessed it, bomb pasture for the flocks. Priorities, bro. Then a squad of 500 Simonite bros hiked up to Mount Seir, with captains Pelatiah, Neariah, Rephaiah, and Uzziel, all sons of Ishi. #squad goals. And yo, they straight up finished off the leftover Amalekites that escaped earlier battles. Then they just stayed there, totally vibin', and like lived happily ever after. 1 Chronicles chapter 5. Okay, so like Reuben was technically the firstborn of Israel, but he totally messed up by crashing on his dad's bed, drama. So he lost the family crown. The inheritance got rerouted to Joseph's kids instead. Total oops. Even though Judah was the big bro boss and his fam had the top ruler, Joseph still scored the birthright. Double scoop of honor, bro. Reuben's boys? We've got Hanak, Palu, Hezron, and Carmi, like the OG quartet of Reuben's line. Then from Joel's line came Shemaiah, who had Gog, wild name. Then came Shimi. Then Micah popped up, followed by Rhea, and then Baal, no relation to the idol guy. Baal's kiddo was Bera, who was totes a prince, but he got taken by King Tilgath-Pilneser of Assyria. Total bummer, dude got exiled. His fam squad still kept track though. We've got Jeel and Zechariah repping the family roll call. Then there was Bela, son of Aziz, son of Shema, son of Joel. He hung out in Aroah, spreading out all the way to Nebo and Balmeon. That's some prime real estate. He even claimed land eastward into the wilderness by the Euphrates, cause his cattle were, like, multiplying like crazy. Boom. In Saul's day, they threw down with the Hagarites, won the turf war, and moved into their tents like, yeah, we live here now. Meanwhile, the tribe of Gad was living next door, over in the land of Bashan up to Salca. Joel was their leader, then Shapham, Jonai, and Shaphat were all chillin' in Bashan. Boss lineup. Gad's squad included Michael, Meshullam, Sheba, Jerai, Jachin, Zia, and Heber. 7 bros deep. All of them traced back to Abihail, son of Huri, son of Jeroah, son of Gilead, son of Michael, son of Jeshishai, son of Jado, son of Buz. That's like super ancestral, totally biblical ancestry.com. And topping it off, we've got Ahi, son of Abdiel, son of Guni. He was like the VIP of his dad's house. Straight up tribal chief energy. So like, the tribe hung out in Gilead and Bashan, plus all the cute towns around Sharon's border. Think rustic chic with total wilderness glam. They even got their family records all official-like during the reigns of King Jotham in Judah and Jeroboam in Israel. Gotta keep that ancestry game strong. The brothers from Reuben, Gad, and half the tribe of Manasseh? Total warriors. Like 44,760 strong, ready with shields, swords, bows, and serious fight skills. Total battle babes. They threw down with the Hagarites and some other peeps, Jetur, Nephish, and Nodab. Major turf war energy. But guess what? They totally prayed mid-battle, and God totally had their back. Divine hotline activated. They trusted him, and he totally came through. After they won, they scooped up so much loot, like 50,000 camels, 250,000 sheep, amazing, 2,000 donkeys, and even 100,000 people. But loads of enemies dropped in battle, cause this war? Yeah, it was totally God approved. The tribes moved in and stayed there until, like, the exile happened. The half-tribe of Manasseh got comfy in the land too, from Bashan all the way up to Baal-Hermon, Senir, and Mount Hermon. Like, high-altitude living with epic views. The head honchos? Epher, Ishi, Eliel, Azriel, Jeremiah, Hodaviah, and Jadiel. These dudes were famous, fearless, and led their fams with flair. But darn, then came the major mess up. They cheated on God with the local fake gods. Like, seriously? These were the same idols God already kicked out. Not smart at all. So God stirred up the kings of Assyria, Pul and Tilgath-Pilneser, and they straight up kidnapped the Reubenites, Gadites, and half the tribe of Manasseh. Bye-bye comfort zone. Hello Hala, Haber, Hara, and the Gozan River. And honestly, they're still there.